Pick yourself up with Ride Rent a e-bike today and take advantage of the smartest and coolest way to get around. Rental starting for only $30 per hour and less than $100 EC per day. Zip through traffic, save money, and look awesome doing it. Check us out at the Esplanade Mall today. Visit us online at ridersebike.com or give us a call at 473-422-1011. Your wallet and the planet will thank you. Ride Rent a e-bike.
In every detail. At Hostin Funeral Service, we bring comfort to your home with our comprehensive and compassionate services. Large and modernized facility, burial, cremation, and shipping services, pre-arrangements, burial society, notary public with established relationships with funeral homes throughout the Caribbean. We ensure that when your loved one's last wish is to return home, we complete that journey with dignity and respect. Call 718-332-4350 or 917-250-0582, Hostin Funeral Service.
Yeah, Ride Along Live. Welcome to the ride. Welcome to Tuesday on the ride. Yes, night riders. Night riders. We got a lot to talk about, guys. A lot to discuss today. Let me just finally send a link here to my guests because there we go. All right. Yeah. Glenda Renee, how you doing? Guys, today, your MP, Andy Williams, Honorable Andy Williams, is going to be live with us. Lacey J, how are you? You doing well? All right, guys, you know the keyword, at all your followers right now. At all your followers. And let's go. Bless girl, why I never brought Parliament today? All right, let me tell you why Parliament. A few things here we have to clear up, A few things that we have to clear up, and Parliament is one of them because I got a lot of emails today, a lot of messages from our viewers, because a lot of people like to watch Parliament sitting from Ride Along Live. Hold on. Yeah, so a lot of people like to watch the Parliament sitting from Ride Along Live, was unable to do that today because it was not there. Let me tell you guys, it's not our fault. How the thing set up is GIS is the transmitter of the broadcast. So GIS is who transmit and broadcast these lives and cross-post to all of our Facebook pages, right? But today, when Parliament started, for some reason, we wasn't getting the feed. We contacted GIS and we later found out that they was having some issues on their Facebook page and cross-posting to other pages. So that's the reason why it wasn't that we didn't want to carry Parliament or or we don't see the benefit of carrying Parliament. We want everybody to see and understand what's happening in Parliament. Hence the reason why we bring it, right? But today we couldn't bring it because GIS had a problem with cross posting. Now I could have rebroadcast it, but that meant that someone would have to physically then monitor and everything, and that was not physically possible at the time. So we just had to opt to just share it and everybody watch it over on the GIS platform. So that's why we were unable or did not bring the Parliament sitting today. Nonetheless, we have the MP for the Great South, Andy Williams, and he was in Parliament today, and there are so many things that came up that I think that you guys would be interested in hearing about. In fact, I want to also give you guys an opportunity, you guys that's watching, an opportunity to basically channel and challenge your MP, right? There are so many things that you might need answers for. There are a lot of things in the media, guys, that is not completely correct. There are a lot of propaganda stuff that's circulating. There are a lot of rumors and myths and people creating stories, all of that stuff circulating. But today we are gonna kind of demystify all of that. All right. So I want everybody to at your followers right now, so that every one of your friends will be able to watch it. Let me add followers on my side. I just did. Nice. Let me share it again on a few other pages. Everybody, I want everybody to see this, because after the MP the MP finished today, I don't want nobody calling and saying, oh, they have this question for the MP, or they have this question, they want to find out about this. No, this is your time. This is your allocated time. And this is why we provide these opportunities. And we open up the phone lines and give everyone an opportunity to call. If there's something that's happening, some question that you have, you need some answers for, this is the time for you. All right? Yes? Nice. So everybody share. I want everybody to share. I want to make sure everybody share before we start. Right? I want everybody to share, because again, this is your opportunity. Now, your MP, Andy Williams, Honorable Andy Williams, is revered as probably one of the hardest working MP. He has a portfolio that basically allows him to be in every ministry, right? In every ministry, he basically, you would think that he's infrastructure minister, because he's updating everyone on what's happening in Marlinair. You'll swear think that he is the Minister of National Security, because I just heard that, they had a big meeting with the gangs. You may swear think that he's the Minister of Sports, because he's instrumental in putting together and making sure that the court is the basketball court is function. You may think that he's the Minister of Works, because he's talking about the WASH program and he's pushing everything, but he's the Minister of MIT, right? MIT, and he's been very effective. In fact, I mean, he is getting unanimous big ups from even non-supporters of the party, right? And I'm happy to bring on today on the program my friend and MP, Honorable Andy Williams, to the program. Honorable MP.
Hi, Junior. How you doing?
Good. You're looking sharp, boy. Why is that one?
Of course. Well, I was in Parliament today, so you have to look extra sharp,
Yeah, man. So how you been? You getting sleep?
Boy, I try my best, but we have work to do, so we have to work hard. That's important.
Yeah, well, working hard is the name of the game, boy. Because as I was telling everyone earlier, you would swear think you was the MP of sports or MP of national security or of infrastructure. It's like you just suckle everybody. You update everybody and everything. How the hell you get to do all these things and you're just one person?
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, Junior, that when the Prime Minister put together this ministry, right, he understands that, or he understood that things, it takes a long time for things to happen in the public service. And sometimes the people don't really understand that. They think that, things should happen now for now.
Right.
But when you're in the public service, the bureaucracy is so much. Sometimes it takes so long for simple things to happen. So this ministry, MIT, was very, put together so that things can be fast-tracked and things that are that is on our agenda can be, implemented in a timely manner. So that was the purpose of it, and I understand the purpose of this ministry, so I am putting everything in. To me, it's not about, obviously, it's not about, party, also, it's about country, and I'm doing my best, Junior, to ensure that Grenada moves forward. I can sit down and talk about the negatives, talk about the last administration, things that they didn't do, and where I think, we went wrong, but instead, I choose to focus my energy on the positive things, on what can we do to change, what can we do to make this country better. That is my aim, Junior, and that is why I'm so focused on what I do.
Right. Okay. So let's start with, we were talking about a lot of things there, but I want to start with this because it just came across my radar. And I realized that the hard court, the basketball court is in full effect. I came there and they had night games. I'm like, wow, what night games, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Tell us about the basketball court and why it was important to make sure that is implemented.
Well, if you were in Grenada before July 2022 or June, you will see that basketball court in a deplorable state. And there's basketball, netball, tennis. And from years gone by, that was like the main court in Grenada.
Right.
The Granans court. And when I saw Junior and Grenada, when I saw the state of the court, I was really disappointed. And during the campaign, I always said to myself that once I'm elected, I will make it my duty to upgrade this court. And the people spoke and they elected me as the MP for the South. So immediately I got to work. And I have to thank the Chinese for giving some donations to the court. I have to thank the Ministry of Infrastructure for assisting, the Ministry of MIT for also assisting, because what we did is that, we did a plan, an infrastructure plan, and that will take care of everything in the court. You have like the wall was falling down, you have the court was just in a mess. So, infrastructure came and they did the wall, and we did everything, the fencing, the lights, the grounds and everything. And we were able to refurbish the court to a standard that every constituency, want their court to look like Grandland's court. And you talk about the night games, Junior, because the court, it's really related to the youths and to everyone, but most of the youths, because you have young people who could have been engaged in meaningful sports, now just lying by the block doing nothing. So the court up and running is a plus, and we have the lights on the court. So, and the games, or you can practice or play a game also up to 10 o'clock at night when you have a competition, then we go until. But where you would have had young people just being linemen, now they can come on the court and play a game of sports. They can bond in sports. They can learn teamwork in sports. They can learn how to resolve, things in sports. And that is something that we want to really encourage. So, so you have, since we have refurbished the court, I can tell you, every night you pass there are people there playing basketball on a regular basis. And it's just a joy to see. Last weekend, we had the Kellan Baptiste Foundation, the picture you were just putting up. Yeah. The Kellan Baptiste Foundation, I have to say hats off to them. They got some coaches from Canada, the US, some people who was scouting for talent, and they came to Grenada and they put on a training camp for 3 days.
Wow. And
you have 25 young men who all around Grenada who plays basketball at a level, ages between 16 and 20. They were there at the camp, and these coaches were able to impact their knowledge on these guys. And I can tell you, I was there for every day of the camp, and when the camp started, to when it ended, you can see a vast improvement in the skills and so of the guys. So imagine if we can do that on a regular basis. I can tell you, Junior and Grenada, we will have much more young men going out there to that can represent us. And let me just add, there was one guy who got a scholarship last year from Pinola University in Texas.
Right.
And they came back this year to give another one a scholarship again. So you have two guys now going on scholarship. And when they were training, the guy who was scouting pointed out around 4 individuals, 4 young men that they had their eyes on, that you can see soon time, you may see them getting scholarship also. So it started off with a simple refurbishment of the court, but now it is changing the lives of our young people. And that is what we want. That is what government is supposed to do. And that is what true representation is, Junior and Grenada.
So let me ask you a question, because I'm interested in this. This is very, very interesting to me. So if I, as an individual or corporate citizen, wanted to create a team, right, a basketball team, I could basically put that team together and have them compete on that court.
Yes, you can. You can. As a matter of fact, so far sponsored, we had a tournament about a month and a half ago, and I sponsored it. And let me just say this, that we are working with the Ministry of Sports. We are working with the Kelambati's Foundation, because the idea is to complete all the basketball courts. We have over 50 basketball courts, basketball and netball courts and tennis courts around the island.
Right.
The plan is to complete all of them and to refurbish them, get them to the same standard. So, and we're going to have the same color coding for everyone. So when you come on a court, you will know this court was done by the Ministry of Sports and MIT in collaboration. And the idea, Junior, is to get these courts up to mark, and now we can start to plan competitions.
Yeah.
Right? Parish against parish, constituency against constituency, and get the whole movement going, so that the young people now can feel, that we are there for them and we are looking out for them, and and we can use sports to target that. But let me just say this, because this point is important. Now, the backboards. When I priced the backboards, fiberglass backboards, the price of it was approximately 12,000 EC dollars. That was the price of a backboard. Junior and Grenada. I got a young guy who lives in the Grandlands area, around the court area. And he never built a backboard yet in his life. He said, "Minister, I can do it." I said, "Okay, tell me what you need." I gave him the materials to build 2 backboards. And the backboard they have on the court there now, Junior, international standard, was built by him. He's only 24 years old. So now we are going to use him to teach young guys around the island how to build backboards. So no longer we have to go and import backboards from the US and China, and so we can now build our own backboards, and in the process we can help with the skill training of our youths. But we have to show them, Junior, that we believe in them, right? And that is what we want to do. So it's not just the basketball or the court, but we're also empowering young people and showing them that we believe in them in order for us to, to move forward. So they are very instrumental.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take you guys up on the offer of putting together a riders team, but we're gonna talk about that later. But that's very, very interesting to me. In terms of sports, in terms of basketball and tennis and netball, what I think that does is it creates there's a correlation between having the youths on the field rather than on the street. Having some positive effect of the basketball court, or when could we, or what positive effect that you believe that we would see, and how soon you think we will see where people know, instead of they hanging out on the streets and doing all kind of craziness, now they are on the court.
Right. Well, they have started already, I can tell you. If you just pass any night on the basketball court, you will see people there.
Yeah.
Thus far, we are doing work right now on the basketball courts in St. George's Northwest. We are doing some in St. George's Northeast, places like Vendom and Boca School. We are doing courts there. And just last Sunday, Prime Minister and I met with the village, right, of La Sagel's Coast Gap. And because we want to start with that court in St. David's. We met with the villagers, and how we are going about doing it, we are not just imposing a court on them, but we are meeting with the community, saying what we want to do and asking them for their input in the process.
Right.
So they can have an interest in the development of the court. So let me just go a bit further. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. and if anyone want to come out, they can come out. The young people in the area, in the Coast Gap area, young, old, everyone will be coming out to clean the basketball court that is there now. We are going to clean Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and the community will come out and clean. We will have our power wash, our hand broom, our just name it, everything, and we will clean that court, getting it ready for for Saturday and Sunday, where we will start the painting of the court. Right. On the weekend also, we will get the guys to build the backbone for the court, and we are going to change the lights on the court also. So, and so when we do that, Junior and Grenada, we expect to see now the youths now can channel their energy into something different, into something positive. With the absence of these facilities, what will have happening is that the young people will be just they're idle, and an idle hand is the ideal situation for the devil workshop.
Yeah.
So if we can get them to do something positive, then that will be a step in the right direction. And also, you are showing them that you are thinking about them and you care about them. Because we can come, Junior, and speak about sports. We can talk about all these things. But the Bible says that faith without works is dead. And what we are doing. We are not just talking, but we are doing. And we want to show the youth that we believe in them, because the population in Grenada is made up of 60%. Okay, 60% of our population in Grenada is 25 and under.
Right. Yeah.
Let me repeat that. 60% of the population in Grenada is 25 years and under. It means that we have a youthful population.
Yeah.
So we have to put them first. We have to give them the tools to work with. We can say that they are linemen, they want to do gun violence and all these things. But if we don't provide an avenue for them to do things, then we are not helping them. And so this initiative is just one initiative that we want to target, and we want to get them involved so that at the end of the day, they can flourish, they can get the scholarships, they can do what they want to do, Junior, and show them that you have a government now who believe in them. Because let me just say this. I don't want to go back there, right? But under the last administration, these things were ignored. They were ignored. And now we are placing emphasis to ensure that we address these things, Junior and Grenada.
Yeah. What about meeting with those villagers, right? I know we're speaking about gun crime because this is creating a problem. What about one-on-one with the village, the people? I don't like to call them gangs because I just think that they're passionate villagers. They care about some people are, they may be over passionate, if you want to put it like that. Have you ever attempted to meet with them and basically hear what the problem might be, what the problem is?
Yes. Actually, I had a meeting last month where I engaged them. I had the commissioner of police there, and we engaged in conversation, Junior. Some of the guys who people said to be involved in the gangs and all these things, I met with them because, to me, Junior, if you elected me to represent you, I have to represent everyone in the community, everyone. And I'm someone who always have an open mind. I don't judge anyone because people, you see, let me just backtrack a bit. Sometimes we see the end product or the end result,
right? But
we don't go back to see what caused it. Sometimes, Junior and Grenada, you have children growing up in broken homes. You have children growing up where, and all they see is that the politician do is the mama guide them all the time. You wait until an election is called and then you start to work, and after that you just ignore them. We grow up in a society where the father figure is missing most of the time, right? And we grew up in a society, where there's hardly anyone to guide. Before when you were growing up, maybe I was growing up, and we walk the road and we tell the neighbor good morning, we could get licks for that.
Yeah, getting a slap for that when you go back home.
Exactly. These days, all the values and so have just gone down the drain, and we tend to pick up the style of other cultures, thinking that it's better Whereas we are regressing it instead of progressing when it comes to values.
Right.
So now you have a society, Junior, that and these things don't just happen overnight. It takes a time to happen. So when you see it really manifesting, it is because that this thing were there long and it was brewing, right? Now, let me just sidetrack a bit to get back on track. But that is why today I was in Parliamentary, and we passed a bill in Parliament so that once you're 18 and under, it is compulsory for you to stay in school.
Right.
What we find is that children are leaving school 16 years old and they leave school and they exit the education system. And what happens? At 16, you cannot work.
Right.
So then you just sit down there idle, not doing anything at all. No, we are saying that education does not end at secondary school.
Right.
We have TAMCC, you have NEW, right? We have SGU, we have all different things. So the idea, Junior, is to let children stay in school a little longer. Let them develop themselves. Let them be educated in a proper way, not just the academics, but the skills also. And that is why last year we passed the bill to take out the tuition fees from NEW and TAMCC to make it easier.
Right.
As a result, we saw much more students registering for TAMCC and NEW. Sometimes, Junior, let me just say something. The people love to see tangible things like money in their hands, and you find that they see these things as as not much important. But I can tell you, the best tool to get you out of poverty is education.
Right.
The best tool to get you out of poverty is education. So what we did for the young people in terms of removing the tuition was excellent, so that now they can make it easier for them to get a better education. So right, so back to the gun, Junior. So when you meet with those young people, you have to understand that you meet young people that have problems on the inside. Sometimes we may have it easy, but they may have it hard. Some of us may have the privilege to know how to resolve issues. They don't, right? They grew up in an environment where no one looks out for them. So it's like dog eat dog. I have to look it for myself. I have to try to make it for myself. No, I grew up in society, and you're telling me that I have to resolve issues, and so that I may not have that skill. I may not have the tolerance to do it. Right. You may have it, but I may not have it. So all these things is when you're dealing with the young people, you have to think about all these things. So what I did, I met with them, and we spoke about their concerns, and I told the young people in my constituency in the Grand area, I say, hey, some of you may be involved in illegal activities. I say, listen, if you're doing that, don't ask me for any assistance in any way, right? I am not going to encourage any illegal activity. However, if you're on the positive side and you want to make a difference, come speak to me. And I will do everything in my power to ensure that I look out for you and try to assess where I can.
Right.
Right. So we had that conversation. I spoke to them. We were candid, right? But it doesn't stop there. That is just the beginning. And every time, Junior and Grenada, I go outside, I always try to instill some wisdom in our young people, because let me tell you, my life growing up wasn't easy.
Right.
I tell people I'm 44 years old, but I have the experience of a 70-year-old man. So I try to, as much as I can, impact the knowledge that is in me, to the young folks and to people in general, right? And Junior, and some people may say, Andy, take a rest, but I can tell you, the reason why I don't take a rest, well, yes, a rest. But the reason why I'm so eager to, to assist, because I know what it is, Junior, not to have someone who is there to listen to you, or or to assist you. I was out of government looking in.
Yes.
And I never had the opportunity to actually meet a prime minister, right? To meet the minister or my MP in my area. I never had the opportunity to do that. So that is why, for me, I make myself accessible. I'm on the ground. I walk in my slippers, my short pants, my jersey, to make it, not intimidating. If I come out with I'm like this with my jacket now, you may feel intimidated.
Right.
But if I'm just a normal man, you can just come and talk to me.
Right.
And you don't have to say, Minister, Andy, what going on? We answer, we chat, cool, no problem.
Yeah.
That's why I try to operate, because, just try to be someone who is there for everyone. And that's, my aim.
I'm interested to find out about the feedback that you got from the young people once you spoke to them, because it's important to listen. A lot of people think that it's all about enforcement, but it's important to listen because we got 2 ears. What are these young people saying is the core problem why we have this kind of rivalry or the situation that exists right now?
In speaking to them, some things are confidential. I don't really want to say,
of course. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's me. If you tell me something in confidence, I'll keep it, right? But Junior, I could tell you, it's just simple misunderstanding. It's just things that can be reasoned out. Just a simple conversation could be had, and it's just that. And I'm saying that and what bothers me sometimes is when the older folks, we do not give the proper counseling or counsel to the young people. Instead of maybe saying, hey, no, that's not the way to go. Let's backtrack. I think you need to go this direction instead. Yeah. Instead, they encourage. And sometimes I watch our society, kind of getting or kind of encouraging the lawless behavior. And we may laugh and joke and think it's just, simple. But it's not, because when these things fester, it can affect the society in a much larger way.
Right.
So I'm saying to who's listening on this program now, we need to take every opportunity to speak to our people. If you know how to resolve an issue, you know how to resolve issues, share it with your friend. And if someone is doing something wrong, tell them about it. Don't wait until something happens and you can't speak to them again to say, oh, if I don't know, I should have tell them. Tell them no.
Right.
And Grenada and Grenada, we have seen examples all over the world. We have, we have technology now. You can go on YouTube, you can pull up things on YouTube, you can pull up videos, you can pull up stories, biography, and so. And no one does not have to tell you that if you go a certain direction or a certain way, what the end will be. There's enough examples outside it. So I'm saying, folks, let's be our brother's keeper. Let's try, because Grenada, it doesn't belong to the politicians. It belongs to each and every one of us. It's our island. It's our pride and joy. Even though you live in the US, Grenada is your pride and joy. Grenada is home, right? You can go anywhere and do anything, but when you come to Grenada, you know that you come back home. Yeah. So let's try to to really be the change that we want to see.
Nice. Before we go any further, I want to tell you guys that you're watching Ride Along Live, and this is your conversation. This is as much your conversation as it is mine. So we open up the phone lines throughout the program so you could call in live and talk with your MP, talk about things that's on your mind and things that you probably don't quite understand, or just some things that you want clarification on. You could call the number 718-701-5720. Also, I want to take the time to wish Monet Williams, I believe. Monet Williams, she always come in, Mr. Wonderful. A happy belated birthday. She celebrated her birthday yesterday. I was supposed to do that at the top, but I forgot. But Monet, thank you for being a true rider. All right. Thank you so much. Minister Williams, I want to talk about the disparity, right? You spoke about it and I listened to Parliament today, and I find that that's pretty obvious and it makes a lot of sense. You have kids getting out from high school from 16 years old, but when from 16 to 17, also they can legally work, or the process is lengthy. It's a very huge process. So between that time, that year or so, they have nothing to do.
Nothing to do.
So that is common sense to issue to give them an opportunity to stay in school a little longer. At least at 17, they could get out, they could get a job, and they could continue their life.
Yes.
That's me, I find.
And Junior, the data shows that people or children who stay in school longer, most times are more successful. Number one. Number two, in passing the law, that's just the first step. Our main aim, Junior and Grenada, is to develop, number one, some skill training centers throughout the island. Because not everyone is academically inclined.
True.
You may be trying to force someone to learn You may be trying to force a creative to learn business. You may be trying to force a carpenter, right, to learn, probably the skill of being a doctor, right?
Yes.
Not everyone is academically inclined.
True.
So we have to create the avenue, to create opportunities so that we can really nurture those skills. Because those skills, if you nurture it properly, could flourish into something that is just beautiful. Now, I used to wonder, Junior, it has some people in Grenada, like ordinary people in Grenada, and you could relate to that. And people in the diaspora can relate to that too. Like, okay, I have a cousin called, well, I won't call his name, but I have a cousin
Right.
who was doing security in Grenada. And when the man migrated to the US, I see this man doing this building and interior this and all kind of thing, Never know he had that skills. But why? Because you have more opportunity out there than here. So what we have to do is to create the opportunity for our young people and people in general.
Yes.
To really nurture those skills. And we understand that. So we want to do the skill training centers throughout Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. Not just Nulo and Tamsisi, but every parish should have a skill training center.
Absolutely.
Let me add. Sometimes, yes, we remove the tuition fee from Nulo. But what happens, Junior and Grenada, is that if you are living in St. George's, like in my constituency, you have to pay a bus from Granans to St. George's, from St. George's to St. John's, from St. John's or whatever, to Nulo. Then you have to pay a bus again in the afternoon from St. John's to St. George's, from St. George's to Grandans.
Right.
When you check on the amount, it still costs someone in terms of just bus fare alone. When you add it up, it's a lot. So if we can bring that center in the parish, it means now that we can cut back on the transportation costs a lot. And it can make it more affordable for the same person who want to pursue those skills, right? So increasing the age is just one, but we will be backing it up, Junior and Grenada, by putting systems in place to ensure that children can stay in school and equip themselves much more better, right, so that they can be of more use to Grenada and the community. And so
we got a call on the line. Let's go back. Let's go to the phone lines right now. First caller, caller line. Where are you calling us from?
Hi, good evening, Junior. I'm calling from Boston.
Boston, go right ahead.
Hello.
Good evening, Minister Andy. I have two questions for you.
No problem.
The first one you said that you met with gang members. I believe
right.
That you said I was walking, so I believe that's what you said.
Right.
My question is to you. Did you meet with the head of the gang?
You want me to answer now, or?
Yeah, you want to ask you two questions, or you want to ask one after?
You could go ahead with
go
ahead with the first one, and then I'll answer the first one.
Well, so let me tell you, right? I met with everyone. We showed them the safety. The RU was there, the commissioner was there, and we sat down and we chat like men, right? We chat like men. Mm-hmm. They told me their issues. They were candid. Nothing was held against them, because in order for you to really understand, people have to be truthful with you. Right. And that was my main aim, right? And we spoke, and everything was laid on the table. And at the end of it, we had a good conversation. And the commissioner, and so share his thoughts, shared my thought, give some advice, and it was a good meeting. Everyone agreed. Who was there? Everyone. I'm talking about the police and the members, and so everyone agreed it was a good meeting, and we were able to come to to some common understanding. Right, and so yes, I met with everyone.
Okay, my comment to that is, without without the head, there is no members.
I met with everyone.
I
When I
just,
say everyone, everyone includes everyone.
Right.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my next question is building the basketball court and having the young people playing basketball. What do you have for them to do between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m.? Are they going to play basketball all day?
No, listen, basketball is just one aspect of it, right? I mean, they can play basketball all day. It's just one aspect. So I'm saying that you have, okay, so let me just go into it more, Junior and everyone. In the last 2 months, I've sponsored football competition in Woban. I've sponsored cricket competition in Montrouge. I've sponsored football competition in Marian. I've sponsored cricket in Tantine. I've sponsored basketball in Grandin's Court, right? Just to name a few. Now, we have to understand that sports plays an important part in where you channel energy. And also, when you play sports involve just more than just the actual skills of the sport itself. It involves other people.
Right.
It involves teamwork. It builds character, right? And I always tell them that your skills will bring you on the basketball court, but your character will take you further. And that's what I always tell the young people. So basketball is just part of it.
Right.
The Ministry of Youth and Sports is going to do a program, an Empower program, which I think they want to call Menpower. And what it's going to do is going to bring together the young people again who want to do things, like who want to be entrepreneurs and so. And it will give them a chance to go through the training. And at the end of it, they will get the resources that they can use now to really be impactful in the community. And not just talk the talk, but we walk in the walk. Mm-hmm. So, and plus we have a lot of other things that we want to put into play. Because let me just share this again. Every year, approximately 1,600 people or children graduate from secondary school. TAMCC takes approximately, let's say, about 1,000 on average.
Yeah.
Then you have some that may migrate, not much. About some may go to university. We have SGU. But then, so let's say 1,200 of them, go to TAMCC, migrate, go to SGU. Now you have 400 young people that's there to do, and what are they doing?
Right.
Right. So now, Junior, number one, they may just be there. They may have skills. No one is trying to really nurture that skills and to build them up. So they may just fall off by the wayside.
Right.
And then what happens now? We have to get programs like the Imani now to come in. We have to spend money now to come in now to give them a stipend that is just minimum wage. Now, what we are saying, what we want to do, those who might be swept to the side, let them remain in the system. Let's give them 2 more years of education that they can develop themselves in like skills and whatever they want to do. So when they leave school at 18 years now, Junior and Grenada, they can be of more of a benefit to the society. Because if you leave them by the wayside, what will happen? The gangs, the drugs, that is what will take over. So it is our responsibility as government to create policy to ensure that we cater for everyone, not just some, right? And that is why we are doing these things.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We got another caller on the line. Caller, you're live. Where are you calling us from?
Toronto.
Toronto, go right ahead.
Yes, I'm calling to commend Minister Williams on the job that he's doing.
Thank you.
And also, hello?
Yeah, go ahead. We're listening. We're listening. Go ahead.
Yeah, and yeah, Minister Williams, I want to compliment you on the great job that you are doing. And
thank you.
The whole team. But today, we're looking at Parliament, because I follow Parliament, and I was extremely impressed with the new policy of the age 18 for school, because I've always thought of that at 16 years old, because in back home we get GCE, and at 15, 16 and you have nothing to do. So I think a really, really good part of your ministry. And people were asking, where is the transformation? Where is the transformation? Now, if those things are not transformation, I don't know what is.
Exactly.
The thing I have to say, it was nice to see for once that the opposition, in most parts today, supported whatever new things you guys implemented. I was very impressed by Ms. Pear, to be very honest. She had her concerns, but she raised and brought up certain ideas to help the situation with the age limit for school, which the Prime Minister gracefully, honestly accepted.
Accepted, correct.
The negative part, not to be negative, with the opposition is that Miss Modeste, she's always confused. Every parliament, I am confused. I am confused. I am confused. So I don't know when she's going to stop being confused with everything. And Miss Lewis, Miss Lewis, she is a subject by herself. She was totally negative to the school 18-year-old suggestions. Not until when Emily Pierre spoke, because you're not seeing, we are seeing on TV here, when Emily Pierre spoke, there was a really staunch seriousness to the face. She was in a cell phone, because Emily actually really supported that 100%. I usually have some problems with her, but today she's supported the government. This is what we want to see. And as to end it, Daddy said he was going to the funeral and he'll be back. As usual, he says what he has to say and leave. But what you guys Grenada, there is no question that this is what Grenada needs. And the last thing I want to say is that I hope that there would be an implementation of conflict resolution because of the basketball and all these things, because we have a tendency to take it seriously and fight and all of these different things, where we would have certain programs set up to teach the young people, now this is for you, this is what we're doing for you, but we do not want it to come out where this team against that team or this gang against that gang. We wanted to bring our people together. So I think there should be a program of conflict resolution with all of these things. But hats out to you guys and keep on doing the work that you're doing.
Thank you so much, caller. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. More of a compliment there on what transpired today. We got another caller on the line. Let's take that call. Caller, where are you calling us from?
New Jersey.
New Jersey, go right ahead.
Hi, Minister Andy.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, yes.
I like what y'all are doing. I appreciate it. But could you give me some information on Project 500?
Yes, I can. Right, so let me tell you. So Project 500 is a project where we want to increase the housing stock in Grenada, number one. Number two, we want to make it affordable for everyone, right? And most times, what costs the most in construction is labor.
Mm-hmm.
So we have different methods now around the world that we can use to cut back on labor. And houses can be built with a massive cost reduction, not compromising on the structure. So Project 500 is aimed at that. So what we did, we identified lands already. We have a committee who's in place, and that committee is putting things in place. Basically, where we at now is the committee is engaging with contractors, not just in Grenada, but in the Caribbean also, and the US. And these contractors are given the cost for the 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 3 bedrooms. And we have different incomes based, or different pricing level based on people's income. And by October, we want to have some sample houses on island that people can go and take a look, and they can make their choice as to what they prefer. So we are in the process of doing that. In a couple of months, maybe 1 or 2 months, you will get much more information on it because the committee is planning and they are putting everything together. The intention is as early as next year for us to use land that we have earmarked to build on. And also we will have it to that even private individuals who have land can make it available for us or for these contractors to build the houses on. So I would say, let's give us by September, October, you will get much more information on it. I don't want to really spill the beans out of the bag for them to say, Andy, when I just say everything, what they're doing,
Yeah.
So just give them a little time. But I can tell you, that will be a project that will change the housing market in Grenada.
Nice.
It will make it more affordable for everyone. And that's what we want to do.
I think a lot of people taking on the opportunity to call in and voice their concerns. We got another.
But Junior,
yeah, go ahead.
Before you go to the caller, right?
Yes.
As I'm on Project 500, let me just share some information for you on WASH.
Yes.
Right? Now, the WASH means water, access, and sanitation in homes.
Yes.
That's what WASH means. What is the objective of WASH? To ensure that all homes have access to indoor running water. To ensure the provision of adequate and equitable sanitation systems in the form of bathrooms in each home.
Right.
To eradicate the use of pit latrine. To enhance social comfort and improve the environmental aesthetics. The WASH program aims to address critical water and sanitation challenges in Grenada by providing indoor water and bathroom facilities to 10,000 homes by the year 2027. The project started as a pilot project in Belle Isle, and the total estimated cost of building one bathroom is approximately $27,000.
Mm-hmm.
In Grenada, approximately 3,500 persons have access to no running water in their homes. 8,715 households currently use pit latrines, and 1,398 persons have no access to toilet facilities. Achieving the goal of delivering 10,000 facilities to residents across the country by 2027 will be in excess of $90 million. Right now, in Belle Isle, approximately 45 out of 51 homes already have bathroom and toilet. Home that did not have bathroom and toilet before, no have. But not just bathroom and toilet. Some people love to argue and say, well, they had a bathroom and toilet program before, so WASH is the same. WASH is not the same. Because before, what would have happened before? Even though you do not have access to water, even though you don't have a water connection, they will still give you a bathroom and toilet and they cannot use it. What sense does it make? So what we did last November, we went to Parliament and we passed a law so that you don't have to own the land in order to get a water connection, number one. Number two, we work with NAWASA when we do the WASH program so that they can give people the water connection, number two. And number three, we build the bathroom and toilet. So when we leave, we have a working bathroom and toilet with water and everything. Sometimes you have some homes that there's no space for the septic tank. And what we did in Belle Isle also is that we let different households share a septic tank in order for it to work. And then you have villagers coming out again and assisting in the construction process of the homes. So WASH is something that is very important, and we want to eradicate this outside bathroom and latrine and all these things, because sometimes when you go to certain neighborhoods, you get a stench. But if we can assist people in doing that, or in getting an inside bathroom and toilet, that alone in itself is a great achievement for them. And also, lastly, when you watch the bathroom and toilet, the quality of the bathroom and toilet that we are doing under the WASH, I mean, you can just watch it from the video. It's quality.
Yeah.
right? And we are giving, even though people may not be as fortunate, we are giving them the best, right? So I just want to talk about that for a little while.
Yeah, I want to go to the phone lines, but it's important because even in some communities that I passed through, still, I was amazed that a lot of people still don't have inside bathroom and toilet. But it's happening. So I'm happy that this has been implemented. And I know the families are feeling happy as well to receive inside bathroom and toilet. Let's go to the phone lines. We got another call online. Caller, you live. Where are you calling us from?
Hi, good evening, Junior. I'm calling from the diaspora in Jamaica.
Yes.
Regular caller to the program. Very putting talk a lot. But to the minister. Now, it is known that I am a supporter of the party. It is known that I want the best for the party. It is known that I want the party to win the next general election. But I am also not a supporter that is a yes person. So I hope that what I have to say, you don't take it the wrong way, but you see it as constructive and you take it back to the team and we improve on what we're going to do. Now, first, before I even talk about those stuff, I'd like to congratulate you on this opportunity. You have said a lot of things that I didn't know. You have said a lot of things that I think a lot of persons didn't know. And you probably would have bridged that gap to some of the things that I am about to say with regards to the lack of communication and just trying to, I wouldn't say stop the noise because the noise would always be there, but just to let your side and other persons who are not on your side understand that you are actually doing some stuff or a lot of stuff. Now, with regard to the town hall, a town hall was promised in the month of March. We are currently in June and we haven't had that town hall. Also, during the campaign, we were promised that we were going to have town halls at least every 3 months. It's been a minute, we haven't had a town hall. Also, we are seeing less press conferences. I don't like that. We need to work on that. You said something a while ago, and I hope that that's not you echoing the party's sentiments, where you said that it's about country and not party. No, that is not 100% accurate. It is about party and it is about country, because countries don't win election. It is your party that is going to allow you to win the election, along with supporters that are going to come along. So while you develop the country, you develop your party. You don't ever, 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 ever forget a party. Election is about numbers. Something you said a while ago, you said that the public sector and its bureaucracy, which we also understand, but something a lot of persons have been asking, and I am also asking. I understand that there's going to be a new program coming on stream with regards to encouraging public sector to work harder. They're going to be incentivized, but is something being done internally with regards to sectors that cannot be incentivized with regards to the supervision in the ministry to allow and to ensure that public sector workers are actually getting their job done? They're actually achieving the mandate that is set out for the month, for the week, for the quarter. And I understand that, yes, some public workers are a bit flexible, which is fine. We're not trying to take that from them. But in the same time, in being flexible, are we trying to ensure that productivity is at its maximum? With regard to the ministry, instead of closing at 12, are we trying to put in place a shift system? Government institutions, why are we still closing for lunch? Why aren't we putting in place a shift system?
All right. Well, let me deal with some of them because it's quite a lot. So let me deal with at least those, and then we'll take the others on the other side. Minister.
Okay, so town hall. We'll be having a town hall on the 10th of June. We'll be having another one on the 17th of June. We'll be having another one on the 19th of June. We'll be having another on the 24th of June. The first one will be in St. Patrick's. The second one will be in St. Andrew. The third one will be in Carriacou. And the fourth one will be in St. George's. Right? So the town halls, we will be starting to have them back. In addition, you will see the press conferences and so that we used to have weekly. We'll be getting back to that. So good point, and you will see that happening soon. But let's say party and and country, let me tell you what I'm talking about. My personal experience, I've seen that when you go to an MP or you go to a government and so, things tend to get politicized in terms of if you back a certain party or you support a certain party, you may get. If you don't, you don't get. And what happens is that the tribalism tends to develop. And instead of people coming together, because let me tell you something, why I'm always for country. And I've always been that way even before politics. Because a team divided, when a team is divided, and I'm talking about a country and the people, when you are divided, you cannot achieve your best. Your best is achieved when you come together. Yes. And I would love to see Grenada come to us to a point where we say, all right, hear what? This country belongs to us. Let's all come together and build this country. Because we could be here fighting one another. At the end of the day, are we making Grenada a better place for our children and their children? Are we doing that? Look and see other places in the world like Singapore and so, who have made so much drastic improvement, who was moved from the poorest country to the world to now one of the richest countries in the world.
Yes.
How did they do that? Right? And if we allow politics to get between us and just divide us as a people, it means that we will stay that way. And part of the transformation and not just the physical things, but part of the transformation have to be the minds also. And that is the hardest thing. Mm-hmm. So sometimes, listen, I in my area saw a lady who actually grew up because I support NDC. She didn't want to talk to me. And I'm saying, why? We can support different parties, but still be respectful, still be loving to one another. And we have to get that way, because what will happen is that one government will come and they will do certain programs and do certain things to improve. And you find that, because you back another party, you will despise it. Whereas it might be good for the country in general, right? So that's my point. I would love to see us come to a point where we come together and we say, let's build Grenada. When you listen to the national anthem, let's come together, advance, build. That's what it's talking about. And I'm saying we have to get to that stage. The other countries are leaving us. Who travel, right? If you travel, you will see. And I always ask myself this question, Grenada, politicians will travel to other islands and countries and so. You've seen all these beautiful things. And when you come back to Grenada, you are satisfied with the way things are. I'm saying you go outside, you see things, you get vision. Let's try to come back here and make the change. Let's make Grenada be, not because we're small, right? Singapore is small too. Not because we're small, right? And because we're small means that probably we have a greater chance of getting it right.
Yeah.
So that is my passion. I want to see us rise. And that's why I work without cease, right? Because I have a passion in moving this country. Even though, Junior and Grenada, I spent 5 years in office. When I leave, I want to ensure that when I walk through my constituency and Grenada, I can say that I made a difference.
Right.
Right. So that's what I mean. Not meaning that I will ignore my party. Right. My party is who brought me there. I look out for my people. I engage my people as much as I can. But I'm saying I don't just engage them. Right. And if you get political, politics is a game of addition, not subtraction. Yes. So no, you don't have to just stick to your base, but you have to go outside the base and draw people in to come inside too. Right, and by doing that, you can have more support, and you can actually get a chance to really show or to show the transformation that you really want to achieve. Yeah.
Absolutely. Guys, on the program, we know this part of the program is brought to you with the kind compliments of Travel Carib Inc. And if you don't know what Travel Carib Inc., you could click that link. They have everything that you need for travel, for vacation. You could check them out. They even have the pink stuff, the magical cleaning product. That's the feature product, so you could click that link and get it. Also, Right Along Live is also brought to you with the kind compliments of You saw it. We spoke about it earlier, and here it is again. Where is it? 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 It's right here. This is the nutmeg spray relief, and of course, you could get the nutmeg pain reliever spray on the right by click that link and get it. Thank you so much for your sponsorship in our program. We go back to the phone call. Caller, you there?
Yeah, so I'm going to wrap up basically, but I do agree with the way in which the minister explained a while ago with regards to party and country. I hope he's not misunderstood that I want to not develop the country, because that is exactly
No.
with regards to health. No, it's fine. With regards to health, I have a few suggestions that if it would be taken, but with regards to some time ago in the Parliament, it was suggested that we are working towards digitizing the health sector. Yes, because I know it was not automatic before. Now, are we getting closer to that? And can we now look towards persons getting a card? Because you have cases where persons come to the hospital in the night, they have to pay for an item and the cashier is closed. You're giving a piece of paper to say pay for it tomorrow. Nobody's going to pay for it. I'm not even going to pay for it. And then we talk about we're losing resources and stuff like that. So things like that is what I was asking with regards to us and really developing the public sector and understanding that it takes money to run the public sector. And it's not just a matter of, okay, you're using taxpayers' money. So we also need to work on improving the public sector and the productivity of the public sector. We heard about the health insurance. We also need an update with regards to the health insurance. Also, I would suggest a board that is as effective and works well as the organizing committee that had organized the independence, that we can really see a vivid change in the health sector. Not saying that things aren't being done internally, but we are not yet feeling it as civilians in the country.
All right, thank you so
and
much.
That's really it. And I just like to congratulate you on the sports move. It's really, really excellent. And hope we can develop that some more and just keep doing your best. And I wish you guys all the best.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Now, but with regards to the health center, to the health sector, right? Remember that we come in trying to fix something that has been broken for years. So, so sometimes you won't see a drastic movement immediately, but it will take some time to actually, because if it's been broken for a long time, it will not be an easy task just to fix like that and to move forward.
Right.
So just be a little patient. I consider that Minister Tillisford is really working hard on it. I have gone in there, when he was out, and we are collaborating on some things. One of the things that I highlighted when I was there is the dialysis room or section, and we just upgraded the facility which provides dialysis to patients, and whereas patients had to pay about $600 or $700 per treatment, it's the cost in the hospital is about $200 or so per treatment. Mm-hmm. So it's much cheaper, and the capacity now is about 20% they can take per week, and they are looking to increase the numbers again. And so those are things that is happening in the hospital now. Now we are going to do some work on our primary health care in terms of the health centers and so, because sometimes we check on the hospital, but if we can improve our health centers, it means that we can lessen the traffic that comes to the hospital. And instead of probably taking a half an hour or how much the time to transport someone from a village to the hospital, if you can get those treatments at the health centers, it means that a life can be saved. We will be looking at also increasing the opening hours of the health center so it can stay open a little bit longer in case, so someone doesn't have to fight to actually go in the hospital all the time.
Right.
But that's what we are working towards. And you will see us doing some refurbishment, infrastructure works, and so to ensure that we get those health centers up to mark and get them operating once again. So these are some of the things that we will be doing in the health level while we try our best, to address the issues at the hospital also.
On the question of national security, I wanted
Hold
to
on,
that.
hold on,
Right.
hold on, Junior, before you go, right?
Yeah.
The question of the records and so at the health sector.
Yes.
And we are looking, we have a World Bank project, and that project is aimed at going paperless in the public sector. Right? So going digital with everything. So not just the health sector, but the entire government. The Prime Minister doesn't use paper in his ministry. He does not use paper and we do not use paper in cabinet also, because we see that we have to lead by examples, right? And we are leading the way in terms of going paperless. So yes, we have a project called Digi4R, right? And there's another World Bank project again that's aimed at going digital and so toward government, not just the health sector. So yes, we are making improvements. The national health insurance is something that has been worked on. Soon you will hear about it. You will, be looking to probably launch it this year, where we can offer insurance to our citizens, Junior, and enable them to get healthcare at a much cheaper cost and so. Yeah.
I wanted to ask about the national security, right?
Yeah.
In particular, last week I saw a video posted, it went viral, of the Grenville police station, where it showed like a big piece of block. It looked like something that's been deteriorating for eons, right? It fell and it was taken like, this is like the police station is falling apart. Now, what is being done to refurbish the police stations in particular? Because look, if the police station cannot even protect themselves, how could they protect the general public? You know what I mean? On the head and all kind of thing like that. What is being done to better refurbish and build up the police station and these facilities?
So let me just share something with you. It's important for you to understand that this didn't just take so and happen overnight. Number one. The stations have been neglected for years. What we are doing now is trying to fix them. So if you notice, you will see the St. Paul's police station work is being done on that now, almost completed. And the Prime Minister have his schedule, right, on everyone every station he's targeting.
Right.
So we are in the process of refurbishing the stations in general. We cannot do all at one time. And that may be our downfall, not being able to do all one time. But Junior, even God take 7 days, right, to do what he had to do.
Right.
So all we're asking for, just to bear some patience, we are working on them, right? We are working on them. And I can tell you, a lot of the stuff, Junior, that we are working on is stuff that we met that way, and we understand that we cannot make excuse, so we are working on them.
Right.
These days, everyone wanted like ramen. They wanted no. They want to wait. They want everything no. But realistically, you cannot get everything no. But we are trying our best to fix as we go along. If this thing were addressed years gone by, they would not have been in such deplorable state. Let's talk about national security. There was no succession planning in the police force. We have the Commissioner of Police now, who's a retiree. He supposed to be retired. But because there is no succession planning, Junior, we are tasked with the responsibility now to develop the police force, to strengthen the police force, and to assist in every way that the last administration didn't. So now, I see sometimes the public they go down hard on the police and so on. But proper attention was not given to the police force in the past. And if we had succession planning, we would have had maybe a more improved force. But all in all, give them credit. Give them credit. They are solving crime like crazy. Give them credit, right? But I'm saying a lot of the things that we are doing now, Junior, we are fixing problems that we met. Let me give an example again, the millionaire. You will hear the opposition saying that, oh, the millionaire, all things are up with the millionaire. When we came into office, you had a design for the Molyneux Road. That was it. That was it. Yeah, the lands and so had to be reclaimed, right? So that we can do what we want to do, and so in terms of construction. We had to compensate people for the houses and so that we can start construction. You had things on the port, all sort of things, Junior. The project was no way ready to, to get started. But you will hear them saying that, like it was them that really did the Molyneux. That road was damaged since 2019 or so, 18-19. And you're talking about 2022. The progress you made on that road was like nothing. We came in and we did what we had to do. And right now the road is near completion. The guys are working day and night. I am with the contractor, day and night they are working to ensure that we get the road even before the estimated time. Right? And Junior, that has been the case. And what you find happening is that we have to be doing a lot of fixing. So you say, oh, I can't see what NDC doing yet. Only NNP things yet, because we have to fix. The government had 80 million EC dollars from the UK SIFT project. Since 2016, did not implement $1. When we came into office, we lost it because so much years passed and nothing happened. We had to go and get back the money now. And the UK SIFT project today is in progress.
Right.
People up on Guanca Hill in the back of Cali's there who have problems getting water. This week or next week, we will be starting to open the road, dig the road, put water lines, 6-inch water lines and so, Junior, that will carry water from Concord to that area up there, so that they cannot get water. People in the lines frequented up that are problems getting water now. Cannot get water in Grandlands Valley, cannot get water. But it can only be done by getting back the funds so we can implement the UK SIFT project.
Right.
So you find that the opposition is saying all these things and they are not telling people the truth. And if you're gullible, you will believe everything what they say.
Right.
Right. So sometimes people say, boy, I see what you are doing yet. Well, we have to fix before we can start implementing our things.
Right.
And after the plan is when the second year, Junior, right? We have something called Vision 75. You will see us, talking about it more and showing you the video and everything. But the plan is, Junior, we will start now to show exactly what we want to do to transform the country. Right. And transformation is not only money at times, because I think we get into the habit of thinking something is only, tangible, or not tangible. Something is only worthwhile if it's money. But sometimes there are things that are worth more than money. And Junior, let me just say last thing before you open the line and you go ahead. You have two parties. One speak about the poor and vulnerable, and one assists in a meaningful way the less fortunate. And one thinks the way to get them out of poverty is to have them depend on you for a fish every day. The other one think if we can help build you, we can help you get out of poverty for yourself and build a better future for you and your family. And we have to start appreciating that, Grenada. We have to start looking beyond the petty politics that politicians come every time and play and fool you. And that is why, Junior, I started working from day one, because I want nobody to come and tell me, Andy, only when election comes, you're working.
Right.
Right? I want to prove to you that I will be working from day one to the last day. And that is the thinking of my administration.
Now, the video that I spoke about earlier with the police station, part of the police station falling apart, I wanted to ask another question on that, right? This is the video, guys. This is the video that was circulating for a bit on social media. Let's put up the
walk at the Grenville police station. Right? Look at this. Look at this. And this is the second set. The first set was already cleaned out. And that's the third set? Yes, sir. That's the third set. Your person sitting right here. Come on, man. We need to do better than that. Look at this. This is not safe.
All right. So the question is, the person who uploaded that video and posted to social media, did they make any attempt to speak to the superiors, the top brass, or even someone in infrastructure to get it repaired before they took it on social media?
Well, not that I know of. So I don't want to say quote them and say something else. Not that. But not that I know of. I don't know that they did that, you know. But I can tell you that the Prime Minister went and he did a tour of the different police stations, and he saw what had, you know, the condition that they were in. That is why he took it upon himself and his ministry to start doing the refurbishment of the stations. And you have to understand that the public sector is a place where things will happen in a quick manner.
Right.
Right. I mean, these refurbishments will cost money. Once it's over a certain amount, you're talking about you have to do a scope of works, you have to do, you know, tendering and bidding, you have to do evaluation, you have to send it to procurement board, you have to pick the contractor. So it's not just it's not just like the private sector where you can say, okay, this bad, let me get a contractor, start the work tomorrow.
Right.
It's not like that. It's a process. So sometimes, you know, it may take a little while before you can actually get it done, because you have to follow the process, and that's something their bureaucracy. So it's kind of sad that someone had to make a video like that, but I'm saying you cannot control what people do. You can only control how you react. And what we are doing is that we are addressing the issues at the different police stations. So give us a year or so, next 12 months,
Right.
and you will see through the island police stations better conditions. And remember, it didn't happen overnight. The rotten didn't happen overnight, right? It happened. It took years to happen.
Yeah.
And if you were comfortable sitting there, not seeing anything, seeing it deteriorating, and only when they see it fall on the ground, they speak, it's kind of sad. But it's not something to take personal. People have a right to, to express themselves in different way. So we have to respect that. I respect that. So how we are going to respond is to ensure that we give them better conditions to work in, because as I tell you, I applaud the work of the police force. I applaud the work that they are doing. And these guys mean well. So at the end of the day, we will get it done.
Right. One of the things that people have been very, very vocal about on social media, other platforms speaking about it as well, and it's clear. We're seeing what a lot of people are deemed as the rise in gun violence, right? Are we seeing from what the data that you have, is it really a rise? Has there been an increase in gun violence from the previous years based on statistical data?
Right. But if you look at, let's say, the homicide data, Junior, I think last year, on average, for the last 4 years, on average, you had about 16 homicides per year.
Right.
On average. Right. We are in June. I think for the year, we have about 9 for the year.
Right.
So you're kind of.
Even one is too much, by the way.
Right. Even one is too much. Yes, we agree.
Yes.
So we are in June, and you are seeing about 9 in June, right? So it's kind of like on par with how it has been over the last 4 years or so. I think it would have gone down in COVID time, because COVID, people were inside and so all the time, right? So, but we know that there are more guns outside. We know that. That's why we put in place the amnesty, because, we want to keep Grenada or we want to keep our reputation as being a safe place.
Right.
Right. And people know Grenada for that. So, and the mission of the amnesty is that, guns, folks, let's keep the guns away.
Right.
Let's make it harder for someone to access a gun. Let's make it even harder for someone, who has a gun. Right. To use it and so all this. But in general, Junior, what we do is that we give you 3 months to bring in your guns.
Right.
No question asked. 3 months. As some may say, Andy, why 3 months? We give you enough time. We could have given 1 month, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but we give you 3 months, a long time,
right,
to bring in your guns. And so and after, Junior, I can tell you the penalty will be stiff.
Right.
But all in all, gun violence. Let me just talk about this. When you talk about gun violence, we have to deal with the root of it, Junior. And the root of it is not the guns, because you can use something else. right? And I always say, guns don't kill people.
People, yeah,
People kill people.
true.
So we have to start, dealing with the psychological issues. We have to start, as I say, start creating alternatives, because you see that's the gun violence has been kind of more prevalent among our youths. Start paying attention to them. I'm not just giving them a handout or so, but start mentoring them, Junior.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, if we start doing that, and the older folks, we tend to shy away, and even we ourselves are more ill-disciplined than the youths. Sometimes when you see us resolve issues and we bring it to Facebook, and see, and obviously sometimes if you show a man giving a man a hamper, everybody will say, oh, don't let the writer know what the left hand doing, and why you had been the camera and all these kind of things. But if a woman shows she bending back and she do all kind of thing, no problem with that. And that's the hypocrisy. I would love to see on Facebook good deeds being shown, so that people can feel inspired by it and even want to even join in the process too.
Right.
Can have all these vulgar and things and the violence and all this this stuff and so being promoted, right? And we have to get to a stage where our society sees the value in the positive things and not rejoice in the negatives. And if we can promote more positive, we can create a platform for a better Grenada.
Yeah, it's like the proliferation of good deeds.
Yeah.
Someone see that a certain community is doing good deeds. I like how you are doing great work in the South. Someone in Grenville or someone in the North might say, you know what, I want to push that good idea as well. Just like how everything else, you have the guns and all of that stuff, which is a negative. Let's push proliferation of positive things, because I would love to post as much positive things as possible out there.
So
on that. So I totally endorse that. The other question about gun violence, right? What incentives, besides just bringing your guns and then you're not going to be prosecuted in the next after the 3 months, what other incentive would someone have to bring in their guns? Because I had a conversation with Kevin Pitterkin. It was an interesting conversation that we had last week. And one of the things that he said that what interesting to me was that using the gangsters and the bad men and the guys on them that those guys look up to actually play a role in coming and speaking to people and let them know that this crime don't pay. You don't pay to be a bad man. You know what I mean? You don't pay. Somebody they might come speak to them and they might have one hand. How they lose their hand, somebody shoot it out. Is that the position that you want to be in? Right? So bringing people that could actually connect with these people rather than just say bring in your guns and there's no community program to really get them enticed and to understand that it's a good thing to do. I think that is a positive way to get people encouraged to get away from crime. More positive reinforcements. Your thoughts?
Right. So yes, I agree that, and we have started. We got, for example, like some of the youth parliamentarians to do a lovely video. I think you should have it, Junior. Yes. Where we they speak and they ask the young folks and folks in general,
yes,
to put down the gun. We have Superflying Flint. He did something. I did something. Yes. So we are trying to get people with that are influential in the communities to really come out and speak against it. I spoke to Lavaman. Yeah. And Lavaman is on board, right? I could tell you we want to do a walk and a march, and so a kind of peace walk and a peace march, and so to really say, hey, stop the violence. So so we are on that track, and we want to continue it and not because it may work, it means that we have to stop it. It's something that we have to constantly promote, because let me tell you why. We are in the middle of a few islands, the Venezuela, the Trinidad, and all these places, and so right. And life in Grenada is peaceful, but when you go up into other places, it's just different. And we don't want it to infiltrate to Grenada, and it can be very easy to infiltrate. But we have to stop it and speak against it. But we as a people need to show support and need to be speaking in one accord, right? So that even the people who want to engage in it could stop, or they could see a different way. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Positive reinforcement, but I think as Kevin said, which I thought was a good idea, having those guys who actually lived a life or who've been through that life that could come and speak, I think that is something that would be also a positive reinforcement to getting kids.
I agree. I agree that.
Mr. Killer also, every time Mr. Killer comes, he's always with a positive message. I
Yeah,
think that you
and
could
that's good.
utilize these type of personalities to get the word out as well. I'm seeing a video with the youth parliamentarian. I'm trying to upload it to the system. It's going to upload shortly, and I'll play it back. But all of those things are good because a safe Grenada positively affect everyone. Me, you.
Yeah.
Because I did the ambitious thing to come down to Grenada and start a business, right? It's very
Right.
very ambitious. And I'm piggybacking on the fact that Grenada remain a very safe destination. More people come down to the destination and could utilize so that I could sustain my business. And I want to do everything possible. Same too as a parent, right? They have a stake, they're stakeholders in it. They have kids that go to school. It's in their best interest that they ensure that it's a safe environment for the kids. So everybody have a part to play. And I think
Yeah.
it's the message that we need to get out there.
Yeah, man. I agree, Junior. I agree 100%. I agree.
Absolutely. Guys, we still open up the phone line 718-701-5720. We're speaking here with Honorable Minister Andy Williams, and the phone lines are still open. Now, one of the things that came across my radar, I said I would show it that to you because I didn't quite understand the negative feedback that you guys got on this. In regards to the Grenada Invitational, what could you tell us about the cancellation of the Grenada Invitational?
Well, that was a private. First of all, it's a private event. It's not a national event. It's a private event.
Oh.
And the promoter reached out to us. He wanted some assistance and so, and we approved it. As a government, we approved it, right? But but then we saw the game was cancelled, and I think an explanation was given. But it was kind of unfortunate because we would have loved to see the games, go on. You're talking about we have our national artists who would have loved to come back and compete and so, and that would have been so nice, right? But we were we were approached for assistance to give contributions to the games, and the cabinet approved it, and we were all for it. It was just unfortunate to see that the event was cancelled.
Right, yeah. right. Because I'm hearing this thing, and I know this. I know it's a private event, right? And the narrative that was painted out there was that the government had such a hand in the cancellation of it. But I'm saying that is not the case. I know that is not the case. But why no one came out, and even not a press conference? The private promoter never came out and spoke about it in a press conference. Don't believe that the government came out and even articulated their position on it. It was just left to the imagination and conspiracy to build on it.
Well, Junior, it's a private event, right?
Right.
So imagine you, Junior, having an event.
Right.
And you say, Andy, I want you to sponsor me XYZ. I said, no problem, Junior. And you cancel the event. Right? No, it's not practical, or in my place to come and say why the event was cancelled.
True.
You are the one that's supposed to say why the event was cancelled.
I understand that.
Right? So that's...
You understand the media spin. You understand the spin, what happened.
Yeah, but okay, let me get into the real thing. Let me stop being diplomatic. And let me take out the shot and the tie ending and tell you.
Right.
Right? No, you find that in Grenada, right? And I find Bob Marley say you can fool some people sometimes, but you cannot fool all the people all the time.
True.
And we have to start waking up. Because we have a political party, NMP, have about 7 radio stations to spread propaganda, who talks every day about the poor and the vulnerable and how they want to help. If you want to help, take all those funds that you're funding those stations and so with to spread propaganda and help people. And they will look for every little thing to try and spin it politically back on us. You will never hear them coming to the fore and saying about ways we can improve our country. Always about doom and gloom. If you're in the diaspora and you hear them in talk, you will swear when they come back in Grenada, Grenada is nothing. That is how they speak, and to them, they, you know, that's what they aim to do. That's they plan to get back into power by just spreading propaganda and just attacking the government right through. That's just their plan. It is just sad. And Grenadians, it is time you wake up and see for yourself. It's in front of you. These guys was there for 20-something years. What did they do? I ain't saying they didn't do nothing, but I'm saying they could have done more. Right? You have some rookies. They say we are rookies. Right? They say how you can let these little children govern your govern a country. They say we cannot pay pension. If you pay pension, the whole country collapse. All the social programs gone. Look at the video clip. Go back at the rally and look at the video clip where Dr. Mitchell said, if they pay pension, the social programs will be no more. He said that. He even quoted some figure for pension too. We came in a matter of months, we paid the pension. Doc salaries. You don't want to pay teachers doc salaries. We paid doc salaries. Bi-monthly payments. He said, he called Deacon Mitchell dunce. That's what he said on the campaign trail. Right? And he said bi-monthly salary could not cannot happen. Look now, people getting paid twice per month. Right? And I could just go on and on. And what I do, Junior, is that, you know, hold on, let me just tell you something again. The school feeding program, we make it free across the board. You know what they say now? They say, you know, schools will have food to cook and so. But Junior, when I was in hotspot, I was given the contract for the school feeding program for, I think, it was the Southern District. And it had times when suppliers couldn't supply in other districts. I was called upon to supply. When you go to the schools, weeks, they have nothing to cook.
Right.
Because so then just coordinating alone and the logistics and so, just putting it in place, it might have some delays, and sometimes the school now is left without stuff to cook and so. That is why when I was in government again, I think it's Bel Air School in Pulse, when I went there and I spoke to the teachers and they say, okay, this is just for lunch. We have nothing for breakfast. When I was in hotspot, I was sponsoring breakfast every day for the children, the less fortunate. Because I said to myself, if I come to school and I'm hungry, how I could learn? Right? But now you see them playing politics with it and saying, no, it's because we take out the fees. Something good, eh? Something good. But they try to spin it on and say, because we take out the fees, that's why the school sometimes doesn't have the stuff to cook, which is something that has been happening long. So I'm saying, Grenadians, wake up. One group is being positive, the other group is being negative, right? And that is why, Junior, I can tell you, they just say what they want to say about me. Junior, probably you could tell them, he make no sense, because I ain't listening, right? You ever watch and see when you go in a horse race, you see when they put on the stuff on a horse, there's something that you put on like this.
The blinders, eh?
And they put it like this because if they didn't do that, by the time you take it out and the horse looks so, the horse can lose speed. So for me, Junior, I stay like this. Right. So they can say what they want. My concern is the people of Grenada, Kayaku, and Petit Martinique. It's the people that elected me there. And let me tell you why I'm grateful. Eh? I'm grateful because last election, the other party had money galore. My party had, as Deacon always said, Prime Minister Deacon always said, ideas. And the people voted for me in record numbers in the South. So who am I to take on all them Scott and Jenny and tell them they can sing the song? I don't listen. I focus, and my aim is to be there for my people. And that is my aim. Right? So they can run this and that, the propaganda and things, Junior. No. So I'm saying, Canadians, we have to start thinking that way too. Anytime we start thinking negative, we will not reach anywhere. We have to start thinking positive. And don't let someone negative energy consume you.
Right.
Right? Don't let, because when you see you start having negative energy, Junior, you start to get sick. All kind of things happening to you. Just stay positive and see what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the message. Sorry for going on.
No problem. Let's have a caller on the line for a good hot minute. Caller, live, where you're calling us from?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to your guests.
Yes. Hi.
Finally, thank you
Good
for
afternoon.
all after a very, very long wait.
Sorry about that, but you know, that's how we go
Mr.
sometimes.
Minister.
Oh.
Yes, I understand. Mr. Minister, remember in life you have both sun and rain. So this talk about negative energy, don't go too far with it. Because for you to have electricity, you must have a positive line and a negative line. What you do with the negative line is what is important.
Right.
Because we can't see behind our back, we can see and to the right side and to the left side.
Yes.
So it's always good, whether it's people who support you or people who don't support you. They may criticize you, you have to understand why they criticize. And when they criticize, you have to, if there is validity in it, then you have to make the adjustment and the change. On the question of transformation, Mr. Minister, how long does transformation take? I don't know, but one of the strange things that has happened in our democracy is that people go to vote in the morning and by 6 in the afternoon, they make the decision with regard to who they want to run the country. So I don't understand why it took any government, be it NNP or NDC, 2 years to make certain changes. We can't talk in. On the question of repairs to police stations, again, the government puts forward a budget, and the budget indicates what you're going to do. Yes, there will be supplemental, and the supplementals will be additional monies you spend because of emergencies and so forth. So if you have plans to repair the stations, now define which stations is going to be done in the next year. So if you don't say things, if you leave a vacuum, if you leave a space empty, something would fill it. And if the government is not doing their work, the public relations or the party is not doing their work, then other people would speak. But specifically, Mr. Minister, I don't think funerals and other issues is more important than the implementation of projects. And typically, I speak about a project that is taking many years, in my opinion, to be completed. And it's regard to a bridge. And I sent you the information, but that's
right.
In 2022, consultant, 32 months. That is going to be ending in December of 2024. You had a signed contract with the contractor since December of 2023. But to date, all that happens is that you have what all that has happened is that there has been a footpath, the bridge has been removed, and fundamental things that are supposed to have taken place before you even sign a contract is still unresolved. This is incompetence. And Mr. Minister, you better make.
Hold on, Junior, I can respond to that before, because I want to stay on the line, right?
Yeah.
I want to stay on the line, Junior, because let me tell you why, right? Number one.
Yeah.
Sometimes things that you don't know. Sometimes you think that everything. See, okay, and let me just give you the morning, for example. You may think that everything was ready to go, and you may say, "What so long?" and nothing happened, and that was the same impression that the opposition was giving you, right? And you will believe it. But sometimes there are things in the back that you don't know, and I can tell you the same product you're talking about. There were unresolved issues in the back that you do not know, and we have to come now and fix it. Now we will come and say, all these things, we gotta do this and do that. We will fix it, Junior, and get it going. Right. And I know, because I have been instrumental in pushing implementation of these things. So sometimes you are not aware of what is happening in the background to get it going. You may listen to someone saying everything was in place, doesn't mean that is true. Not because someone said it means that is true, right? So sometimes don't just take everything what you heard, right? And number two, the police stations. Yes, you cannot do all at the same time. You have to start with one first. And anyone can see that we have started the refurbishment of the police stations, right? So to say that we could do everything one time is just impossible, and it's just unrealistic. And if you're being fair, you will realize exactly what I'm saying, right? Number two. Number three, with negativity. I'm not saying that you cannot use it to build and so, right? But I'm saying you cannot, if you want to move, you don't let the negativity consume you. You don't absorb it, right? You try to be positive. Someone come and say, but watch me, In the Bible once, Junior, I can't remember the exact story, but I think they went to take over some land, and they set out some about three group of guys. First, they come back and say, "Oh, them men was big like grasshoppers." Then next one come back and say about them men big as what, but the land have milk and honey. And the other side came back and say, the last side came back and say, Junior, in essence, they see the opportunity. And what happened? They took the opportunity and they acquired the land. So I'm saying you have to have a positive mindset at times to get things done and they keep moving. The minute time you start to let the negative consume you, you get bogged down by it and you find that you know that you're too heavy and you cannot move. So that's all I was saying when I was talking about the negative and the positive.
Caller?
Okay, I just want to continue here. Mr. Minister, sometimes I try my best when I speak to have sufficient information. But if you have a bridge that is designed, you have a contract that is issued to a contractor, and you don't have in place the movement of utility lines, be it electricity or water, you don't have that in place, and that may be a hindrance to your project. It speaks about incompetence within the ministries.
Okay, Junior, so let me just say this again now.
Right.
You had a case where, hold on, but let me get a facts now, because I was talking in general. Let me get a facts now. You had a case, Junior, where, hold on.
Caller, let
me take it.
Let you address this one and then you bring
Let me take it. Right. You had a case where a design was done. You had a contractor was picked. After the contractor said that he did not agree the design was the best design. So then they had the contractor now and the person who the person who did the design now were in our back and forth.
Right.
The contractor thought that his reputation would have been at risk if he continued with it. So you had now them trying to agree and disagree as to what should happen. So it's not just a simple a simple case of a design was done, a contractor was taken, and just to move. And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you don't know the nitty-gritty behind the scene. So they say incompetence is not the case. I personally was involved in getting the contractor and the person that designed the project together, had meetings with them, trying to compromise and come to an agreement. And it took some time. Right? Something that was agreed before by different parties, and so they started coming back on their word. So I'm saying, guys, don't just take it because somebody says something and just run with it. It have things in the back that sometimes you don't know about. So that's not a case. Incompetence is not a case. It was a disagreement between the contractor and the person that designed the project, who was also the consultant on the project. There was a disagreement that we had to clear up before anything can happen.
All right, call out with your second part, and then we're gonna.
Okay, just finally.
Yes.
So what you're saying is that the government or the department issued a contract based on a design, and the contractor is saying that that design will be against his reputation. It may affect his reputation. Well, what did he bid on? He didn't know the design he was bidding on. And it's simple. If he doesn't want to based on the design, cut the contract.
So now you understand now. So now you understand what we have to deal with now. It's a good thing you're asking the question.
I understand that.
Now you understand it now, you see?
I have sufficient information. I had sufficient information. Now what you telling me? Because let me tell you, brother Andy.
Boss, hold on. Boss, you're not getting vexed. Boss, you're not getting vexed. We just having a nice conversation. We're not getting vexed. Listen, hold on. We're not getting vexed. We're having a decent conversation where we're just exchanging ideas. It is not, and that's what I'm talking about, conflict resolution and so on, and all these things. If we as big people cannot have a simple discussion without getting upset and so, what are we showing the young people? So we just having a nice dialogue. Don't get vexed, man. Let's just chat so you can go ahead.
Shit, I don't know.
Well, why are you screaming, man? Why are you screaming? Why are you screaming?
Caller?
Why are you screaming for? Jeez.
Hello?
You know, I tell him, man, it's all love, man. It's all love. It's all love. Tell him we don't engage in this thing. It's all love.
Whether I scream or not, brother Andy, but don't try
to scream, man.
Yeah. People do certain things and they speak. That is very insulting.
Okay.
I mean, if I speak further, you have people who are advising the Prime Minister of Grenada on a project in Molina. And that in itself, in my opinion, I'm not an engineer. Why you have to build columns and then a platform at the top on an area that's sinking? It's additional weight. Why the road can't go down? When you go up on a shield, you go up, and when you reach at the top, you go down. It's a level of sheer incompetence in my basic knowledge and understanding.
And I respect that. I respect that. I respect that.
Your engineers designed it that way.
I respect that.
Yeah, but in my opinion,
Okay.
well, after you put the pile in and you cap it, you're gonna put the road right on top there. It only means that people go 20 feet down, 20 feet up, and roads gonna go up and down.
Right.
Okay. Hi, boss. Respect you.
And I have my
Respect you.
right to my opinion.
Thank you so much.
No problem, boss.
Keep doing the good work you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Honestly, watch me. Junior, let me just say this, right? Honestly, let me just tell the gentleman, no hard feelings, right? We discussing, I mean, if he kind of felt that way, I'm sorry, I apologize. Let me be the first to apologize. I didn't mean anything, right? We just talking, having a discussion on the matter, and we just exchanging ideas. And to me, we should be able to exchange ideas and just be, you know, be honest, respectful, and so with one another. And that's what I'm about. I'm not someone to take anything personal. So even though I don't know you, I see you tomorrow, I still bounce to you, I'm hugging you, be taking, you know, no problem.
All right. All right. There we go. There we go.
Yeah, man.
So the Molyneux project, when is it due for completion?
We looking at the third quarter of the year, but we are ahead where we are ahead of schedule to complete,
Okay.
right? And again, the project, Junior and Grenada, is a project where you have to put piles in the ground about 30 feet down, so that you can get a solid part of the earth, and that could be the support or the foundation for the bridge. And what they did is that they did the construction and so on top of that. So you will see a wide bridge, very wide. It can hold about 3 or 4 vehicles at a time. Very wide. You have a sidewalk too. You have a local path also. And it's, you know, it's, I mean, I can't say anything about the project. The people are working very hard on it. It's very unfortunate that one guy lost his life from gravel and concrete. Very sad, you know. We reached out to the family. I visited the wife and everything to show, you know, my condolences and so to her and her family. But it was unfortunate. But all in all, the project is going good, and you know, we are ahead of schedule. So we're looking to see something good happening soon. But the road should be open this year, and the traffic and so could ease from the morning from the Morris and so and all these places.
Right. So the next, this might be the final question, but this is a personal question. This is my question. All right. So I have a very ambitious plan, Minister, and I hope the Prime Minister is watching as well, and the folks that's in charge of the transportation. My ambitious plan is to see more emphasis being placed on non-vehicular traffic. For instance, I implemented the e-bike in Grenada, and this was a phase one. This is a phase one project. From the time implemented, we had over almost 2,000 people who patronized the e-bikes. Right, it's doing pretty well. People are liking it, especially tourist locals are like. Now, my ambition is to have something like what we have in Manhattan here, where if you go to the city, you could jump on a bike and you could ride from here and put the bike in Brooklyn or wherever, right? Now, to do that, we need some government assistance, because the government have to understand and not just give lip service to the fact that we need to go eco-friendly. I mean, there are things that needs to be done in order for we to get there. So my vision is to have a serious dialogue in terms of making St. George's especially more eco-friendly, where people don't necessarily have to jump in a vehicle to go to Grand Dance. Instead, they could get a bike in St. George's and ride to Grand Dance, drop the bike there, and they could dock the bike there and go about their business. We're not talking about burning no fossil fuel, and we're talking eco-friendly. Do you think that this is something that the government would be willing to move in that direction? Again, it's a personal question because I'm passionate about this. This is why.
Okay, so So let me tell you, right? The Prime Minister in a speech he was given, I think was Vision 75, right? Or no, was in Parliament.
Yeah.
He mentioned your idea with the e-bikes.
Yes, I heard it.
So I'm saying, yeah, step inside already, right? So let me know when next year coming to Grenada.
Yeah.
And I will personally, no serious, I'll personally set up a meeting with you and him.
Yeah.
Right. I will have Minister James also there.
Yes.
That's renewable energy. And I will be there to if I know how to get implemented to implement. But I'm saying, Junior,
I'm so passionate.
Let me know.
I'm so passionate.
But sometimes you pop in and we just see you. Don't do that.
Nah,
tell us when you're coming.
I
Right?
am there because I listen, guys. And people might say, okay, why we can't do this now because we don't have the road for it or whatever. Guys, that is not the problem. The roads for it is not a problem because we've been doing this for 6 months or so. We don't have one accident up to a day like today, and we had over 3,000 people. So the road is not the problem, right? It could be implemented, and I would love to see a really serious approach in getting this done. I want to speak to the people in transportation. People say I'm pitching my business idea. I feel like I'm like on The Apprentice or something like that. But no, I'm so passionate about this. I spend my own money to implement this.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm very, very passionate on seeing how we could really make St. George's eco-friendly. And this is my pitch. But we have another.
Okay, go on. Let
me call you come back. Okay? Call you live. Hello?
Hi, good night.
Hey, good night.
Good night.
Hello?
Yeah, hi.
Hi, good night.
Good night, Brother Andy, and good night, George.
Yes,
hi. Good night.
Yeah, good night. You just mentioned about transportation, right?
Yes.
Since the Molyneux Road project, since the Molyneux Road had been done, busmen traveling via Sutter's into St. George's, from St. George's into Sutter's Grand Ride. Nothing had been implemented whereby to move the bus fee like $3.50 instead of $2.50 or $5 flat, right?
Yeah.
Based on, again, we have tourism is everybody's business. We had a good year based on, I listened to Ms. Roach on the news last evening. The people going towards the underwater sculpture, is it something they normally have to pay for?
Yeah.
The small boat taking people to the underwater sculpture?
Yeah.
Right. So in my taking that, we have to go back to the drawing board and do something better. The busmen have feelings. I have feelings for them. And if we're looking at tourism, it's not a matter of via people coming to the island. As they say, we leave where you vacate. We have to look into that and do something better. Thank you.
Thank you so much, caller.
Right. But you on that, right? Let me tell you what my response to this is that. The busmen, they have an association, they have institutions that, so we can just ad hoc and just increase price like that, right?
Right.
I think what needs to happen is that people need to come to the table, right? Have discussion, because also if you increase the bus price, it will affect the everyday man too.
Yes.
Right. So it will have a ripple effect on everything. So if you ask me, I say, well, let's us or DKSAT I'm having discussions, right? Show the intention and show the reason why they want to increase the price and so. And let's see if we can come to an amicable solution on the matter. Right. But because you cannot go and just make a hard decision and still just go and increase price like that, because price will affect, it's something that will affect the whole population.
Exactly.
So but again, good point. And let me just tell you, Junior, where I was at Granatang last weekend. And I reached out to the Minister of Tourism because we had some talk on that. Because we have opportunities at our tourism facilities that we're not utilizing. Right?
Yes.
Yes. And when you go to Granatang, like what you see, and listen, let me tell you a simple idea. You can make some money in Granatang, right? When I went by the not the lake, but the other part on top, there are some monkeys running, and the monkeys, if you have like a banana also, they will come and take it, and sweetie, they will come and take it also.
Yeah.
You can have someone with a little stall right there selling items to feed the monkeys.
Yeah.
That alone is a business idea. Right? You have other things that you can do. And sometimes we don't have to reinvent the wheel. We can go to Barbados and Jamaica and so see what they do. Come back and we can tweak things. We don't have to do exactly what they're doing, but we could get the ideas, right?
True.
And come back. And by adding these things to the sites, it can be more attractive and it can be more beneficial to us, other people, in terms of business-wise and so.
Absolutely.
So yes, I think that we can do much more at our tourist sites, right? The sculpture park was under that project was under my ministry, where we added some of the sculptures and so to the water park.
Yes.
That's under. The Fort George project is something that is similar. That is the same project. Is had to do with the underwater park. It had to do with the Fort George. Also have to do with the shoreline trail at the Granatan and so. But I'm saying, I would love to see us, and the tourism minister agreed, address some of our sites and make them more attractive for tourists. So when they come, they can have a more memorable stay, and the trip can be more meaningful and so. So good point made by the lady in Dorset.
You're singing to the choir because, again, someone said, Junior, so you had to use the opportunity to promote your business. But what I don't understand, this is right along. I could take the whole day and promote riders if I want. I wanted to address this issue because I'm passionate about it. I'm very passionate about eco-friendly. If we're talking eco-friendly, let's do eco-friendly, right? I went the extra mile and I procured a e-vehicle, and that's going to be in Grenada on Thursday. So I'm going to be in Grenada on Wednesday, by the way. Tomorrow, damn it.
You see? That's the problem. You come and you say you come, we just boom,
I forgot. That's tomorrow. Shoot, I will be in Grenada tomorrow. Okay,
right.
I'll be there because I have this e-vehicle, right? Because I'm going all out, man, because I'm passionate about it. And I want to just get more eco-friendly, seriously eco-friendly. And we got our last caller. I did the last caller because, Minister, you did 2 hours with us, and I got to thank you, A lot of, let's take this last caller. Caller, you live?
Hello, good night.
Hey, good night.
Hi, good night.
Hey.
Right.
Yes. Good night, Junior. And I want to say good night to Honorable Andy Williams. I mean, I really want to give jacket, as we say in local parlance. I really want to commend this government, Junior. Because, Junior, this is the government that came. And when you compare what they've done in 2 years versus the past 23 years, and I'm only 26, I ask myself if I've been living under a rock. Junior, this is the government that paid pension when they said it wasn't possible. This is the government that would have given us free tuition, Junior, making education more accessible and affordable. Junior, they've launched creative economy and provided concession for creatives. They've established cultural and creative industry businesses development fund. And I can go on and on. But I really want to say kudos to the NDC-led government, because indeed they are people-centered. Indeed, they have a transformation agenda. And I don't feel like they're just going about doing things automatically. They've been having consultation with community members. They've been meeting with all stakeholders. And I really want to tell Minister Andy, kudos to the team. Big up to all of the ministers. Minister Andy, I see how hard you're working. But I must confess that my MP in Sunday here, he's indeed working equally hard and passionate, and all the other MPs. And I really want to congratulate you guys. I do want to say, keep your head up. Keep Christ at the center. We started with God, and let us remain with God. Let us finish strong with God, because the people are for you. Grenada is for you. We're praying for this administration, and we will be doing our part in this transformation agenda. So, Junior, thank you so much for having this program, and Minister Williams, keep up the good job. I look forward to the 2-year anniversary celebration. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And Junior,
go ahead.
Let me just use this time to really, talk about just one thing, right? Sometimes people see Andy at the forefront and say, Andy, you're doing a good job, yes. But, I want to thank my cabinet colleagues and the Prime Minister for their support. They are very supportive, right? In any group, you have one that's kind of, one person that's kind of just crazy, mad, just move and do things. And that's probably me, right?
Right.
But I get a lot of support from my team, right? And I just want to tell him tonight, thank you very much to our Prime Minister. He's, I mean, a very wise man, wisdom, smart guy, someone that you can learn from every day. He has a good temperament, Junior, and that set the tone for us. And as a cabinet, we respect our Prime Minister a lot. He doesn't have to rule by force, right? There's a saying, if you give respect, you get respect. And he's someone that all of us look up to. And I can tell you that Grenada, trust me, you have the best person for Prime Minister right now. So I just want to say hats off to my cabinet, hats off to the Prime Minister. And we are committed. We are committed to really, to ensure that Grenada remains on top. And transformation, sometimes we think that transformation happens today for tomorrow. If it's today for tomorrow, that's not transformation, right? Transformation is a process.
Right.
It's a process. Sometimes it happens quickly, sometimes it takes a little time, but it's a process. Yeah, ever see, the metamorphosis of the caterpillar and the butterfly is a process. It doesn't just happen just one lick. And so, right? So we are approaching 2 years. Imagine that, just approaching 2 years, Junior.
Yeah.
Just approaching 2 years, right? And we had to come in, we had to learn the system, learn the public sector, and so, and all in all, I could say that, we are really trying our best to even move faster than we moved before. Because we are committed, we are doing the hospital, the new hospital, we are doing the skill training centers, we are doing Project 500. The Prime Minister is working on something on energy, on renewable energy. We are working on a project in the south of the island that will bring about 50 megawatts of energy. We have a project in Carriacou again, in Lemle, in Carriacou. Again, that could provide 70% of Carriacou energy. If we really have to transform energy, is something that is very important, because if you have to do anything, like agro-processing and so on, these things, your energy costs, you have to look at that. Even transportation, if you have to talk about transformation, you must address transportation.
True.
Because you're talking about bringing development to the north of the island and not just the south, but you have to make transport more easily accessible and affordable. And these are things that we know we have to do. So we have the plan, we are committed. We are not just in this thing for a year or two. We are in this for the long haul. And, I can tell you our Prime Minister every day, this man, I wonder if this man will sleep. I tell you, Junior. Last time we finished our meeting after 11. This morning, the man up again, moving again. I don't know, but I mean, that shows commitment, and it shows, our eagerness to make things happen. And in addition, the Marshall Islands, there's some islands, some similar size to Grenada, a few more islands. And even last week at the sales conference in Antigua, they were asking about MIT. Imagine that. They heard about MIT in Grenada, and they were asking about MIT. So you have people outside the region are asking about our Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation, and Transformation in Grenada here. And they are organizing a study tour, and they will come to Grenada to check out MIT, check out our government, and see exactly how we are operating, to go back and see what they can do to implement. So it just goes to show that we are going places. People are seeing what we are doing, right? It may take a little time for some things to happen, but rest assured, we are going to do it. Our manifesto, if you look at it, we have accomplished a lot from it already, even though it has been a year and something. And we intend to even do more, because we know that is where we are going to be measured in terms of, we say what we're going to do. Did you do it?
Right.
So we are working our best to ensure that we fulfill our promise to the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Minister Andy Williams, for taking this 2 hour out of your busy schedule to chat with us. Shows commitment, my brother. And also being in the hot seat as well, because everybody won't be nice to you. This is right along with diversity. It's not no one kind of platform here. Everybody coming at you. Thank you so much, Minister Andy. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, guys. So listen. I saw somebody say, well, I just became passionate. Yeah? Yeah, boy. You don't know, right? You don't know. You don't know my passion. So long. Guys, seriously, I believe that when you look at Grenada politics, right, and you look at the people who makes the decision in Grenada politics, there's the government side and there are the opposition side. But I firmly believe that both sides love Grenada. I don't think either side love Grenada less, right? Personally, I feel that every Grenadian who live in Grenada and decide to give up themselves in the public sector, they actually want to see Grenada go forward. But people may have difference of opinion. Some people might feel like going forward might be, to get to that destination, you might need to go this way, right? Even if you take two different GPS and you put the address, one go tell you go so, one go tell you go so. But that doesn't mean you're not going to get to your destination. It just means that they have a different idea of how you could get to your destination. But I would like that day when we could understand and respect each other difference, saying that I know you want to get to the right place, and I know you want to get to the right place, but I see getting to the right place, the destination to get there differently. But I would respect you because your way doesn't necessarily mean that it's wrong. It just means that it is different. And different it's not wrong. Different is not wrong. Different is actually nice. It's like nice to be different. There have to be a positive and a negative charge in order to ignite that engine. Otherwise, the ain't gonna start. The engine is not going to start. Difference is good. Difference is nice. Got final closing words. Let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
Riders Excursion and Tours Weekly e-bike rides. Gather your family and friends for an unforgettable ride through stunning landscapes. Book your adventure today at ridersabike.com or call 473-422-1011. Don't miss out. Let's ride.
What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians! From wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot-type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up, several notches. But the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
Today. Located inside Rider Excursion at the Esplanade Mall, we handle both small and large orders with speed and precision. For fast, quality t-shirt printing, call Instaprint at 473-422-1011. Get your perfect print today at Instaprint. Printing done in an instant.
Pick yourself up with Ride Rent a e-bike today and take advantage of the smartest and coolest way to get around. Rental starting for only $30 per hour and less than $100 EC per day. Zip through traffic, save money, and look awesome doing it. Check us out at the Esplanade Mall today. Visit us online at ridersebike.com or give us a call at 473-422-1011. Your wallet and the planet will thank you. Ride Rent a e-bike.
In every detail. At Hostin Funeral Service, we bring comfort to your home with our comprehensive and compassionate services. Large and modernized facility, burial, cremation, and shipping services, pre-arrangements, burial society, notary public with established relationships with funeral homes throughout the Caribbean. We ensure that when your loved one's last wish is to return home, we complete that journey with dignity and respect. Call 718-332-4350 or 917-250-0000. 0582 Hostin Funeral Service.
Yeah. Don't forget, guys, Right Along Live is a platform that where everyone have a story to tell. And every time we do this program, I always want to put out a call or invitation to the members of the opposition to please send a representative. We'd love to hear your agenda, your ideas, your vision to go forward. I know sometimes you guys blank me, but it's always an open invitation. My phone number, reachable, my producer number, everybody knows she. Give her a call, inbox us. We'd love to hear some of your views. I know you have your platform already. That's fine, but Right Along is a different kind of platform. All right? Also a call for the advertisers, guys. If you have a business, you want everybody to know about your business. You don't want to keep your business a secret. You want people to know about what you're doing. Stop keeping your business a secret, no man. Advertise your business on Right Along Live. Yeah. Give us a call. We have some special for the month of June. Some June special. Take advantage of it, guys. Give us a call and advertise your business right here on Right Along Live. And you go say, damn, why didn't I do that before? Like, I'm getting all these calls now. Because of Right Along, guys, we're going to send your business viral. Give us a call and we'll tell you how. We'll create a whole marketing strategy, a plan how you could take your business to the next level. Guys, again, we want to thank Minister Andy Williams for coming through. I saw Honorable Deacon Mitchell earlier on the program. Mr. MP, thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing. And thanks for being there. Who else? Right Along Live writers, guys. Writers. Have you tried our new e-bikes yet? You haven't tried yet? What are you waiting on? We have a new special, guys, for the month of June. Walk into the Esplanade Mall. We're right there next to the where they make the smoothie. Right there. Check us out and ask about our special for e-bikes rental for the month of June. We have special for the month of June. Rent a ride e-bike now. Take advantage of the opportunity. Or we have a big Father's Day excursion, and we want to invite you guys to be a part of that as well. Right Along Live. Catch you guys again tomorrow. On behalf of all of our production crew at Team Right Along, we say thank you for the good comments, for the bad comments. Guys, leave us a star before you leave. Make a little donation, support the platform. A lot of you guys just watch. You got to reciprocate, you got to reciprocate the love. Give us some stars if you like the program now. If you're on YouTube, give us a super. God, I have to tune into my YouTube people. Let me tell my YouTube people how to do it. Show your support. Click that little button there. Give us a, how do they call it? A super chat. That's what it is. Give us a super chat or a super sticker on YouTube. Let me shout you out right now. If you give me a super chat on YouTube, I'll shout you out right now. Give me the folks on YouTube are watching for my super chat. Are watching for the people. Give me a super chat on YouTube. Let me big all you up. On Facebook, you can give me a star. I appreciate you. Soul Vibes Radio, big up yourself. Money Williams, happy belated birthday. She celebrated her birthday on the 1st. Happy belated birthday. Many more to come. Thank you, guys. Catch you guys again tomorrow. Right Along Live. I love you. Good night.